Hey guys, Gabby here, and I stream on Twitch, but I also upload some content here on YouTube. I tend to get a lot of questions about tips and tricks for beginners, so I figured I would make a video about what 10 things I would have loved to know when I started playing this game. So let's jump right into it. My first tip is to use an interactive map. I'm going to put links in the description down below so you can find them easily. These two are my go-to. This one is a little bit more simple to use because I think the UI is better and it's less cluttery. There is another one which isn't properly translated, but it does hold a lot more information than the first one does. So I'm going to leave it there for you to check out. These interactive maps are super good for when you need to find something specific, whether it be loot or a mission, a quest, a boss, a certain character to farm a certain deviant, or whatever it might be. Notice the lamp on your backpack. Once it starts blinking, you know that there's a Morphic Crate nearby, and the stronger it blinks, or the faster it blinks, the closer you're getting to where it is. Once you see that it's blinking really fast, press Q, and you should be able to see it. Morphic Crates contain really good loot, so if you see that blinking, make sure to find it. Deviations are really useful and can really help you out in the game. If you want me to make a video about what deviations I would suggest, leave a comment in the description below and I'll try to make a video like that. There are deviations that can help you farming, logging, create healing items, teleportation items, lots of things. Some of the deviations you can find when looting certain bosses or elite mobs, for instance, but you can also find them floating around in the world, like this one. If you struggle, however, to find this and you're looking for a specific one, what you can do is walk up to a city where there's any teleportation tower and switch to another world. Because if you can't find it on the world that you're in at the moment, there's a large chance that you're gonna find it on another one. Look at this. And that's an easy way to farm deviation. Have you ever stumbled upon this moving bus? If you have, make sure to shoot its legs, and it's gonna instantly sit down so that you can loot it. I think you can do this once per day. People have been saying different things, so I'm not quite sure, but at least you can do it once per day or more. Some are saying that you can do it once per day per bus. There are different buses in different levels, so it might be possible that you can loot each bus once per day. If you're having trouble finding these buses, you can go into the interactive map that I linked below and you can search for monster bus. It's going to show you in pink these spawn locations where the bus is patrolling. Make sure to loot all mobs because they have a large chance of dropping acid, a resource you're going to be wanting a lot later. It's also really good to loot the environmental scraps because you are going to be disassembling all of that scrap and turn it into valuable crafting resources. A little free bonus tip as well, make sure to bind outer run to some button. I absolutely love using it and I use it all the time. It also works for gliding, so that way I don't have to push anything and it's still going to be moving forward. What is sanity and how does it work? If you've ever noticed that your health bar turns blue sometimes, that is sanity. And essentially your sanity can be drained depending on a couple of different things, but some of them involves just being in a certain region or getting a debuff. There are also certain enemies that will decrease your sanity, like for instance, the lamps. If you've noticed that when you step into these lamps, the screen is going a little bit gray and you're going to be taking sanity damage, essentially. But of course, you can fix that by drinking some sanity reduction item. I use my fruity a lot because it's very cheap to make. But as you can see in this region, there's like a little bit of base sanity loss just for being here. And in order to get rid of that, you need to leave the area completely. If you're playing with friends, you can actually allow to share building and storage with them. You simply click on a friend and then friend permissions and enable access to facilities, building, storage, whatever you want to do. Bear in mind that if you're building on your friend's territory, that also means that you're wasting their resources, not yours. As you play and get further in the game, you're probably going to want to move your base, most likely for resource reasons. And thankfully, that's very simple to do. All you need to do is press B and then Z, and you're going to be able to move your entire base just like this. This base is very big though, so it's much harder to move. At the beginning, I started out somewhere down here, to then move along up here, and then finally, we are currently located here. The reason we moved here is because I wanted to passively farm oil. In the recent patch, they actually updated how fishing works. The most important thing is that you need to have a fishing rod. Once you have it, equip it on one of the quick slots and click to extend it. You then need to make sure that you have bait. You can either purchase it from one of the merchants that you can find in the docks, like this lady right here, or you can craft it as well. Once you have it, hold left click and you'll see this little green bar. That's going to show where you're going to be casting your bait. And then you're just gonna wait until the reel pops. There we go. Now you click it, and then you left click hold until it gets into the red area. Now you're getting quick actions that you need to perform in order to actually get that fish in. Simple as that. The northern pike is only available in certain locations, so make sure that you double check that first. But once you've caught 5 northern pikes, you can walk up to this merchant, and here you'll find the northern pike melee blueprint. And this is what I use to craft the weapon that I have at the moment. It might not be the best, but it is really funny. And I do love that it's still squiggling, which shows that it's alive. Memetic Specializations. This is something I was clueless about in the beginning, but it's really, really important. To get there, you press O and then Memetics. In the top left corner, you'll see available specialization nodes. Here, you'll find as you progress your leveling, you're going to be unlocking more of these. And my tip is to not unlock any of them until you get further down. The reason for this is if you wait with unlocking them, you are blocking the bad rolls. So basically, at certain level checkpoints, you are going to be offered to choose between 4 different abilities. And there's only X amount of specializations to be chosen from. They're all going to be randomized, which means if you select one of the first ones, while you still haven't unlocked the other ones, that means the other ones that you did not select are going to go back into the pool of potentially becoming selected. So do wait with selecting them. I know it sucks, but wait with selecting them until you get down here to the bottom, and then hopefully you're going to be able to get some of the best and the best of the perks. This is one of my preferred ones, the backpack expansion, which basically lets you craft an item so that you can hold a lot more items in your inventory. If you don't have this specialization, but someone else does, they can actually craft the item for you. If you don't have any friends that can do it for you, then you can also purchase it from the market. The deluxe storage, however, is also really good, but this one requires you to be friends and have that building shared that we talked about. Because if your friend has this specialization, they can just go into your house and build the crates for you. You're not going to be able to make them, but you can move them once your friend has created them. The deluxe storage crate basically lets you hold 64 items per box in your house, so you don't need as many boxes. I hope you find these tips useful as you play One's Human. Thank you so much for watching, and if you do like the video, please leave a comment and a like, and check out when I stream live on Twitch. Until next time, bye!